out to all the VIP. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. We'll go through the details on Bitcoin. We've got several charts to go over. Want to shout out to the VIP. Let's take a look at how the last 24 hours have been for VIP, just to tune you all in, to brag a little bit. Look at this, guys. In terms of the returns, 628% Anthony, 291%. That was one I booked. 103% Freddie, 115% Freddie, 301% Anthony. Just killer, guys. Some additional trades ongoing. Want to shout out to all the VIP, our top level of membership. Let's remind everyone our strategy since the very beginning. Very easy. And I want to shout out, guys, it's the weekend. We're excited. You know our strategy. Heavy cash reserves, period, on BTC. The green on the screen tells the story we've been telling everyone. Heavy cash reserves since here, guys, since here. Always, guys, the mantra is never overexposed at any higher price. Wanted to come live and just be with you guys a little bit as we start into the weekend. Hopefully we'll get some volatility, although we got really spoiled yesterday. Everybody knows we got super spoiled yesterday. That was a heck of a move, wasn't it? Let's dig into the details in terms of where we're at. We were looking for an ascending triangle. And guys, shout out in the chats if you would. I'd appreciate that. We were looking at an ascending triangle. Is that, I'd say, is that dead, right? We're going to be looking at that right now. The ascending line of support needs to kick in at some point. We have a few frustrations here on the lower time frames. If you guys have been in the back, and I know you have, what's up, guys? We're chilling. We're doing a good job. You guys want to shout out to Nick. He's got a new trade station getting put together. Nice looking setup so far. Want to see that trade rig, Nick? Let's see what you got, brother. And we'll comment a little bit in terms of the differentiation here. The line charts and the candlewicks have been very difficult to deal with, guys. It's been very not counterproductive to look at both. You have to look at both, but as we would look at, the differentiation here is just several time frames have given us this upward diagonal here, this upward diagonal trend line. That's not as friendly as a flat top. You guys know that. We're always looking for that flat top resistance, ascending line of support. One of the strongest patterns that we can trade, and just proof is in yesterday's patterning. Boom. You guys know this. We ran into an ascending triangulation here before that trajectory, boom, to the upside of 10, 12%. Yeah, so you guys know why I hunt them. And you guys know why I always say we're always hunting a flat top. That's why. Boom, Bitcoin spike. This is London. Former hedge fund owner. You guys know non-SEC, private, etc. But in terms of that, guys, just not financial advice. But we are rocking and rolling in the back. We're having a good time. To catch that lift off, I'll tell you, to catch the liftoff here yesterday, boom, and to catch the drop, bam, very, very impressive, guys. I don't know of anybody who else would think about something like that. They may talk about it, but for us, we actually did it. Boom, boom, guys, with the targets on the downside. So, someone else, I'll just tell you, someone else may look at this and say, well, it's up. I have a feeling you should just sell. Well, we have targets on the downside, right? Someone may look at it and say, I have a feeling it's going to go up. Well, we had a target on the upside, right? So there's a big difference between Bitcoin just being Bitcoin and doing what Bitcoin wants to do and surprising people. There's a whole additional framework that we put things into when we draw out a target. Boom. It's very, very important as you look at it, and we'll talk a little bit tonight. I want to shout out to some guys that have contacted me recently. And, the word on the street, I'm going to say the word on the street and not Wall Street, guys, on your street is people have had a tough time in crypto, all right? People have had a tough time in crypto, and I just want to go through this with a lot of you. If you listen very carefully, it represents the community right now. And it doesn't, I'm going to say represent VIP, but I'll just say to the extent that we're part of the overall community, we could discuss this. Very important. Now, in terms of this specific capture here, the upside target, hugely important. What is it? Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. You guys know that. Now, what I wanted to talk about just briefly while we're going through something as important as hitting your targets, guys, is kind of what I'm hearing recently, and it's not just from one person or two people. I'm hearing the fact that that people have been really hurt in crypto, right? That they're in debt. A lot of them are severely in debt. A lot of them are really having problems, maybe beyond just trading and things like that. And I want to reach out to those people. I want to reach out to anybody who's in that circumstance. I heard someone, and God love them, I'll say that, but someone complained to me yesterday and said, well, I'm $100,000 in debt. And I don't think it was just from crypto, but I did tell them, like, I think 98% of America is in debt, brother. Just to let you know, it's like the sky hasn't fallen completely. What I want to encourage you all to look at, though, is the following. As you're looking at, some people may be trying to put things back together, right, in crypto, but they haven't refined their trade approach, right? And to, try and attempt, after crypto's just taken everything from you, or a lot from you, to try and put things back together without refining your trade approach, guys. I'm not a fan of that, guys. I always am a big believer in refining your trade approach, making sure that you're better equipped when you get back into the market. What went wrong last time? Do you understand your Fibonacci's? Do you understand your extensions? If you had to apply your extensions to the downside, and for people who, I just tell you, for people who can't even listen to something like this, who have zero level of interest in going over the basics, the fundamentals of technical analysis, well, I'll tell you, that's the same group that's losing. It's the same group that has lost, and it's just it is what it is. I'll say that. It's not that I like to say that at all, but I look at spreading out an extension. Let's look at an extension, a Fibonacci extension. Let's look at a high to a low to a high. Okay, let's go through the details here in terms of where we could be at in terms of some additional, based upon this preceding move down here, okay, from the high to the low from the spike yesterday, trying to come up with some nice Fibonacci extension targets to the downside. Okay, why would I do that, right? If someone's interested in trading, someone's interested in becoming profitable, there are a few different options. They may want to get with a group and just buy when someone says buy, or sell when someone says sell. That's not us. We're refined, guys. We are developed traders. Like, you're not going to catch VIP in the back snoozing or just hitting a button. No, guys. We go through the fundamentals of technical analysis. We want to be the number one trade group. Okay, it's not the number one trader with a bunch of other traders hitting the button. No, we, guys, want to be the number one trade group. We consistently, guys, are hammering through trades like these. Boom, 600%, 300%, 103%, 115, 300%. This is daily. If Bitcoin moves, we are trading. Okay, I'll tell you, we are trading. So we don't want a room full of point and shoot, right? Everyone finger on the trigger, point and shoot. No. We want to be able to understand it, to defend our trades, essentially to defend our trades, to understand, right, and what we're doing independently and collectively as a group. That's just one thing we pride ourselves on. It's a cool deal. That's what makes us the team that we are, the group that we are. And we're excited about 2022. We are building, and that's the bottom line. If you guys are a part of that effort, hey, help us build. If you guys know somebody, and I'm serious about this because I like our group. I like the guys in our group, cool people. If you guys know of additional cool people and they happen to trade or whatnot, hey, let's talk about getting them into the group, etc. And I just say that not even as a solicitation. I just honestly, we're having a good time in the back. We got a good group. So and it's fine the way it is. If I ever say we don't need you to join VIP, understand, it's not that I'm saying we don't need you. No, it's just that we technically don't need you to join VIP. We have a great trade session every day, and that's it, guys. We're in the back. We're trading like every day. We enjoy the heck out of it. This is what we do, right? Some of us have side gigs. Some of us have full-time jobs. Not me, but what I would say, some people in VIP probably have a side gig, but the real gig is trading. I'll tell you in terms of that. So that's the commonality as we look at the descending wedge here. So I invite you guys to let the reins loose, both on your revamping your trades if you had a tough year. And I want to encourage all of you, if you've had a tough year in crypto, if it's eaten you alive, right? If it has, guys, you're not alone, first of all. But second of all, we don't want to be the trade signal group to point and shoot. I'm going to point, you shoot. No, guys, we want you to understand the fundamentals of technical analysis. We want you to develop your game so that whether or not, guys, if you pass through VIP, we don't want you to at all run the risk in the future of being hurt in crypto. We just don't. We want you to understand what proper levels of exposure are. This bores people. Man, it bores the heck out of people. Talking about proper levels of exposure, heavier cash reserves for the lower levels. Man, how to empty a stream, how to empty a room, right? Because everyone's so excited about Bitcoin going up, going up, going up. And here is London right here, right? Talking about, well, guys, put your cash down here. All the way down there, everybody disappears. Everybody runs for cover because everybody's just looking for this. While I'm discussing $100,000 Bitcoin, everybody knows here, boom, boom, boom. You got it. Heavy reserve capital, for the lower levels. Always a part of the program here, guys. Period. Without fail. And all of the altcoins, I'm going to say most guys, 90 to 95% of the altcoins are down in this level, right? So it's a huge success feature for Bitcoin Spike for the entirety of VIP, guys. It's a huge success feature. The retracement, this deluge, is just a huge success feature for us. I don't brag about it, but I inform people properly about what we've been saying. That's our group. That's who we are. All right, just enjoy that. Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it. So we're in a bit of a bullish structure here. I have identified this. I want to go through this real quickly for you guys. The downward channel. Let's go through this very quickly. Hope you guys are having a good start to your weekend. What's up? Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Yeah, we've got a bit of. Let me take this Lux profile off. This is a nice profile, on-screen profile. By the way, you can adjust this this specific volume profile. You may like that volume profile. I have quite a few, and VIP know I have quite a few reminders here. Let me go ahead and clean this up so that we can see the technicals quite well. And let's see. We got the guys. July 4th coming up. What's up? I mean, fireworks. Gonna have a good time. This specific is called volume. Is so that you guys can use it. You may like that. Is Lux. I think that's the Lux volume. Volume profile Lux, Lux. You guys may like to work with the volume profile Lux. Boom. You can adjust it to where it goes on either side, just so that you know. Pick up a tip. You can put it wherever you like. You can adjust the parameters. You can do all kinds of stuff with it, guys. It's a functional volume utility. So that volume profile Lux, Lux, is what it is. So. Looking at the framework today, again, to remind, ascending triangle has been on the map. Not a perfect flat top. On the candle wicks, the 30-minute, I believe, in the back, guys, was the time frame we were looking at. And this is a nice move by BTC right now. You guys know this. This is a nice move right now. We'll talk about why it's a nice move. Everybody in the back, and I know who's trading. This is a good thing about the group because I know who's trading. I know who's bullish. I know who's trading. I know who entered into their targets. I know who, right, guys, and I don't even have to ask. That's the cool thing about the group. I already know. I just know. I know Fred, he's in along. I know Anthony just killed this in terms of this move to the upside. Additionals, I know that Bill is sitting there probably trying to get a huge return. He likes to come in with those quadruple ringers. Bill, I need to update your specific return here on the top level. You guys see on the top there. See, Bill's at 989%. That's not right. Was it 1100, Bill? You got to tell me, man. You got to tell me, was it 1100? You guys see the ticker stream on the top. That's all real returns, guys. So this is what we're talking about. Let me see if I can pull up Bill real quickly, because Bill, I know that you had. If you're there, what's up, Luke? My man. Volume is a touch weak. Let me see if I can pull that up, and let me see. Volume a touch weak. Tell me if that is better. I've got that up into the yellow zone now. I just set my rig back up, my primary rig, the heavy duty one. So tell me if that's a little better. Hopefully it's not too loud. And yeah, I'll check in with you on the chat real quickly, make sure that we are good to go on the on volume. But copy back on that. Let me know if we're good to go. And hopefully we'll get the volume issue completely worked out. I don't want to have issues with that. Let me see what we got. Let me see. Volume okay now. Is it okay on volume, Luke? There we go. Let me get that in the chats for Luke. And in terms of this, just if you didn't hear, I was probably just bragging on you guys, just chatting up and saying, what's up with you guys? Yeah, how you doing? We were discussing the fact this was a nice move. All right, this was a nice move here. It was a very nice move. Let's talk about why this is an important move for Bitcoin right now. Yeah, everybody in the back is like, yes, we got this. Buyers moving in. Now, why is it important? We have three patterns in play right now. We're on, let's say, a micro level right now. Let's go to the 5 minute. That's a decent. That's an understandable level. The 5 minute, okay? It's not micro, particular, etc. All good, good. All right, Luke. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for stepping in, my man. The level of support, level of resistance looks fine, right? It's just it's an ordinary. What's the big deal? It's just a descending wedge. It's supposed to break to the upside. It's bullish. Great, let's do it. Well, we didn't start out like that, and you guys know we had a descending triangulated feature here. Now understand, let's go over this. Descending triangle is what? Typically bearish. You guys know that. Typically descending triangles are bearish, okay? So anytime that you have a flat line of support, boom, boom, in this area, it's indicative that the buyers have established a level of control, or I'm sorry, the sellers have established a level of control. Pardon me. The definitely on the descending. If we're flat top, we hunt flat tops consistently, right? You guys know that. If we were at the top here, and I was just running through in my mind. I'm like, I should go through the ascending triangle, and that just slipped out of my mouth in terms of the buyers. But let's go through the descending and ascending triangle. You guys may have this down 100%. To the extent that you do not, let's go over it. And the slip up is probably a good thing. Let's do this. Descending triangle, you can always stack a descending triangle on top of an ascending triangle. All right? Very important. Just very easy to look at. Descending triangle, you can always stack it on top of an ascending triangle. The descending triangle refers to the descending line of resistance. Boom. You guys got that. Now, the flat bottom, this is indicative of sellers, boom, along a flat line of support, right, that sellers are in control. Okay, typically a descending triangle would break just as it's pointing. This is the easy stuff, guys. It's kind of pointing down. Yeah, descending triangle would want to go down. All right, now the opposite, the ones that we hunt when buyers are in control, would have a flat top. You always hear me saying we're hunting flat tops. We want to hunt a flat top. Yeah, okay, so we're looking at a flat top resistance, right? Ascending, we need to establish an ascending line of support in some form or fashion. We had a nice one in here. Buyers have capitulated, so it's nice to see a bit of a bullish pattern, that specific descending wedge. But the ascending triangulation would have a flat top resistance, so buyers, boom, are taking. Buyers, bam, again, are taking at that flat top. And what we would see is that the buyers are in control, and just as it would point kind of to the way up, right, we would expect an ascending. The general expectation is that an ascending triangle would go, boom, to the upside. So essentially the way that they're pointing, right, it just makes sense. Ascending line of support to the upside. That's the expectation. Of course, you have to trade it on breakout. The descending line of resistance on the descending triangulation. But you can rest assured the one shared componentry is a flat either resistance on the ascending triangulation or support on the descending triangulation. You guys got that, okay? You can stack descending on top of an ascending triangle. Now, the important component here is the following. We just had a descending triangulation in this zone here, and that's a big deal because we were trying to establish, you guys know this throughout the day, just to update in terms of the trade day, right? We had a flat top resistance, and we were looking, go ahead and let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let me go ahead and square this away so we can review what we were looking at today. If anybody missed a little bit of trading in the back today, we'll update you on what we were doing in the back. But what we were looking at was a flat top resistance, ascending line of support. We were getting excited. Yeah, bulls were about to kick it in gear. Yep. And then what happened? Well, we fell out. And how did we fall out? The worst way to fall out of an ascending triangulation, right? Well, because the buyers are in control. You guys know the buyers are in control. We had that flat top resistance. That is just indicative of buyers being at a preceding level again and boom, deciding to take. It's just buyers pushing up that level of support. So we fell out of it. The worst way to fall out of it would be with a descending triangle. And you say, well, why would that be? Why would it be the worst way to fall out of it? Well, because that is indicative, the flat bottom support here is indicative that the sellers are in control, right? So, and it does make sense to an extent in terms of breaching that specific feature. It was a lack of buyers that did, I'd say that let that level of support go, and that's the transition area. I said that transition that we're seeing there in terms of that flat bottom support, and it's transitioned into a descending triangle. Not always required, not always seen, but that is the dynamic that we're currently looking at right now. So the catch here, this is the important thing, the catch into the specific falling wedge is another transitionary pattern, okay? But to the extent that the descending triangle has an easy downside target of just the amplitude, like we're heading back down to flat 19. That's an indicated measurement technique of the amplitude. That's a 1.64% drop to the downside. And it was a little bit of a tough day, guys. You have to say it was a little bit of a tough day. Equities were not doing too poorly, right? Equities, the market was green. So looking at equities, looking at BTC, we just kept waiting like, when is BTC going to kick up? Come on. You guys know that. So we kind of waited. We were looking for that ascending triangulation and the stall, right? We just got the stall, this transitionary pattern. So essentially the downside pattern this downward trajectory, the expected downward trajectory from this bearish pattern, the flat bottom support, descending line of resistance, okay, that amplitude move here brought down. Expectation would be down to that 18, just south of 19,000. You guys got that, okay? Just south of 19,000. We have caught, okay? We've caught in a specific and not not that okay everything's back on, let's load up into the trades, and you guys know that at every point in time, never overexposed at any higher price or in any single trade. I tell VIP all the time, guys, whatever you're trading, make sure you have 100 times that amount, right? 100 times that amount that you're trading in comfortably expendable cash, guys. Comfortably expendable cash, right? Not not it's going to ruin the month, it's going to ruin the week, it's going to no, guys, it needs to be comfortably expendable, right? That's how crypto traders do well, right? First of all, they operate that way until they can trade. I'll tell you, you want to talk about the ones that can operate well. And no shills, man, no shills. We don't care about an altcoin. You could you could burn the altcoin, all of them. How about that? Just remove you. No shields, no shield zone. People want to burn their altcoins anyway. Just burn all of them. Just torch them up. We'll stick with Bitcoin. We'll trade Bitcoin. In terms, this is I'm not even gonna get into. Well, there's some good projects out there. You guys, at your own risk, you guys go after those altcoins. We have a few favorites in the group. We have a few favorites in the group. That's just it. Old Doge crew. That's the bottom line, guys. I don't know what it is. A lot of Doge guys who got into Doge early also got into Bitcoin early. I'll tell you this. I keep meeting people. It's like, oh, they tell me, well, I was in Bitcoin in 2012 or something, and then they tell me I also was in Dogecoin very early. And so there's as much as there's a little bit of a rough understanding between the Doge and the Bitcoin crowd. I meet a lot of guys in terms of having that shared componentry. So it's important. Look at this internal flat bottom support here. Let's look at this real quick. Let's diagnose this. Fibonacci is engaging. Let's look at this specific flat bottom support here. Now, what we do is we assess patterns. Okay, we are very, very crucially involved with. I just say very intently involved with pattern identification. That is how you maintain the advantage in the market, guys. And if you disagree, you're not trading. I'll tell you, if you disagree, I don't think you're trading. Maybe you're a candle wick kind of guy or girl, whatever it may be. But if you're not intimately, severely, intensely involved with these patterns, then it's tough for you guys. You're going to have a tough time. I'm going to tell you, if you're not picking up on the nuances here, here with a flat bottom support, if you're not picking up on that flat bottom support, right? Let me get rid of these Bollinger Bands for a moment. I wanted to see them because we're close to that bottom line. Again, what a shout out to Vlad. What's up, brother? We started using the Bollinger Bands after Vlad, VIP. Big time, brother. What's up? After he started using them, I'm like, maybe it's a good thing to start using them a little bit more. So that was a good impact you had on us. And we're going through a few strategies right now in VIP with Bollinger Bands, the cross of the 20 moving average. And I'm assessing that. Assess that a little bit today. And it's like Bitcoin knows we're watching. I tell you guys, when you assess a new strategy, she kind of knows you're watching. She wants to, she wants to, she wants you to pay attention to maybe I don't know, a different time frame or something like that. But we kind of joke. But yeah, Bitcoin knows you're watching if you're trading. I guarantee you guys. She knows you just push the button. You guys know that. And then she knows if you have backup cash. She knows if you're overexposed. I'm telling you guys, she knows. Whatever it is, she knows you specifically, right? It feels like that sometimes. I mean, how did the price just turn against me? That's because it's Bitcoin. She knows you just push the button. Come on, guys. It's 2022. We got space rockets landing and doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, Bitcoin knows. However, she knows. She knows. Bottom line. Look at the internal and the external. Guys, this micro framework here, descending triangulation, okay? We pay attention to things like this. Boom. Set in an inset pattern, framework, and an external. In an externalized pattern framework. We pay attention to these things, right? And if we were to flip the script here, right, which we had, right, we had that ascending triangulation, just very nicely done. We had that nearly a flat top on the 30-minute. I like that 30-minute for the candle work. We looked at that because the 30-minute incorporated, you guys can see this. This was the cleanest, and I always say the 30-minute friend or foe. You guys know that. I always say that about the 30-minute, but take a look at this. In respect to that flat top we were looking at, and we hunt time frames. You guys know we do. But in terms of this preceding hitch here, preceding pivot in this zone, then this, we had 1, 2, 3. That was real nice, guys. That's flat enough, right? That's a nice, we had the upside resistance, right? Clearly. Looks like we caught in that 50. We're caught in that 50 and really that 100 exponential on the 30-minute time frame. In terms of those exponential moving averages, we do pay quite a bit of attention to them. Now, if we were to zoom out just a touch, right, we've been pretty micro focused on this specific zone here, right, in terms of those Fibonacci's. All right, just the targets, guys. If you're trading, those don't bother you. You like those. You like to hear about them. If you're not trading, right, I don't know, guys. A lot of people, maybe they're not trading. I don't know. In terms of this, maybe they want a big pattern, a quick pattern. Man, if people who don't have 20 or 30 seconds even, right, I just got to tell you guys, or they don't have any time span or attention. That's why they're not doing well trading. You guys understand? Do you agree with that? The people, guys, I'll just tell you. The individuals who are not capable of focusing for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. I'm just telling you guys the truth. You have to run off and get the next answer. You don't have time for guys. You're not doing well trading because of that. Okay, the market requires your consistent attention. Period. In terms of trade assessment, can you sit down in the morning and book 3 or 4 trades? Absolutely, once you develop that skill. But guys, I'm going to say 99.9% of the market is not at that level. Okay, so this frantic nature that we see in between people in crypto and the need for this next answer, and I got to go over here or this. Hey, guys, it's the reason why people can't book trades. They can't focus. It requires your focus. As we look in the back on VIP, guys, we are focused. You have no idea, guys, how focused we are throughout the day. We'll go through 200 charts some days. You guys know that, 200 charts. It's like, well, it must be easy just to catch the spike. I'm sure people resent it when we say we caught the spike and we caught the drop yesterday. Do they know how many charts we went through yesterday? You bet you guys. We caught this pattern framework, the ascending triangulation, before the launch. And I'll just tell you guys, we had already prepared our charts. You guys already prepared. How long ago was that before the launch? Just to let you guys know, we prepared the charts 12, 24 hours beforehand, well before then, in terms of the specifics for the target framework. Boom to the upside, right? So in terms of that, yeah, prepping the charts beforehand. Making sure that nothing gets by us in a day's in the market framework for a day, guys. It doesn't. So I just encourage you, guys, as you're trying to up your game, as you're trying to increase your skill set, learn to focus, slow down. Right? There's no rush to find the answer, guys. The answer is all in here. All right, I'm telling you guys, the answer's all in there, and most people know the answer. Maybe they're not. As we look at it, guys, maybe they don't know the answer. What do we say, guys? New York Institute of Finance. Bottom line, do people know the right answer? A lot of times, maybe not. Okay, I'm going to tell you, along with the basic fundamentals of technical analysis, okay, that we focus on. And I make no apology about that, guys. Where Wall Street goes to school, yeah, we have to trade against those guys. We have to trade against the hedge funds. We got to trade against the investment bankers, et cetera, on the weekends, whatever their heyday in the market is. I'm going to tell you, we got to know what they know. You got to know what they know. And there's not an easy answer to the market. There's just not a 5-minute answer. And this is the average, guys. As we look at this, the average crypto investor, and this is how we separate ourselves from them. And guys, you're welcome to join or you're already part of the journey. But understand, the average crypto investor wants to spend 5 minutes and make $5 million. Okay, literally. Okay, or wants to spend 5 minutes and make $5,000 this next weekend. Right? Wants to get the next free answer somewhere around, right, that they haven't generated themselves. They're not even capable of really discerning. Right? It sounded right. It looked right. No, this guy has done this before or whatnot. Man, you got to know the answer yourself, guys. You have got to spend the time. The market is not in the business. I'm going to tell you guys, the market is not in the business of rewarding droves and droves of people, the masses of people with excess cash and Lamborghinis. It's just not going to do that, guys. It is not. It's going to be for, guys, success in the market is going to be for the dedicated few who spend the time to master the market, who understand Bitcoin like the back of their hand, who know what a target is, who know what the lines of support, the variations, the fan formation, some of these unpopular patterns, who understand the context of everything from the inverse head and shoulders to the pitch fans to, guys, those are the guys Those are the guys who I'm going to tell you have the best chance of beating the markets. I'm going to absolutely not the fly by night. Can't focus for more than 3 minutes on something, guys. No, that's not VIP. So I bring that up because VIP is consistently in the back, okay? All the time in the back, working, focusing. That's market advantage. I'm telling you guys, you're really developing some incredible framework for just skill set in general in terms of the comparatives for the pattern formations, for the target applications, whether or not we're going through like a Bollinger Band, notion for, let's say the next few weeks to really look at a Bollinger Band, the macro and the micro, hitting your targets, right? But you've got to focus. So I just say that really as a what is a compliment to the VIP that you guys are in the back, that you're capable of doing that. You understand the easy answer is not, it's like the majority of crypto. It's like, well, the easy answer is right around the corner. And the wrong answer is right around the corner. 99.9% of the time, the wrong answer is right around the corner. And it has hurt a lot of people, right? So as we would continue to build in 2022, I want to encourage you specifically, first, if you're already VIP, that, you're making the right steps. You understand that this is not a cookie sale, right? It's not it's not a bake sale, right? This is a very aggressive market, extremely aggressive market. Right? It will, as Torque says, no Torque. What's up, Torque? No Torque says, he says, Bitcoin will drop kick you. He's VIP, guys. He will drop kick you if you don't pay attention to her, right? So it's just the truth. She is not built to be kind. She is literally constructed somehow to be able to take money from millions of people who do things just sloppily, who do things without a care and without a dedicated focus on a strategy and advantage. And an advantage, guys. So we're going to be that separate group that's going to focus on the strategy and advantage. That's what VIP is. That's what we're involved in. And don't expect anything easy from Bitcoin. Ever, guys. Ever. This move here, was this easy? Guys, we're going to talk about that move yesterday. Was that easy? Guys, we hunted for that move all through this here. All through this, we hunted for that move. And I tell you, we hunted for that move all through this zone in here. And you guys know it. We hunted for the moves all through these zones in here, guys. All through these zones, all through these price zones, guys. We're hunting the patterns. We're after it. So many times I'll say this as well. This is an example of what Bitcoin is great at. Pay attention to this specific statement, please. Most of the times, the larger the pattern, the bigger the move. Okay, most of the times, the larger the pattern, we love it because it's a bigger move. Maybe a 10 or 15 or 20 or 25% move, right? Well, Bitcoin can wake you up big time, bam. Can wake you up, bam. These are big moves, and understand this. I told you guys, we counted this. She fell off this just a bit. When I say she, I'm referring to Bitcoin, guys. We talk about her like that. That's just the way she goes. But looking at these moves, let's go ahead and measure this. Look, there's about an amplitude move. You see that? Hey, there's about an amplitude move. Ah, that's nice. Hey, there's one, there's two. Let's see, amplitude moves in here. About one, almost one in there. And there's another almost amplitude move. You see these. You see the repetition. You see the price action. She likes to wake up the participants in the market, right? And as we look at this, you'll start to just say, okay, well, that's a move up, right? And maybe that's over a period of time or whatnot. There's a secondary feature within the move up. But what's this percentage move up, guys? That percentage move up is over 10%, right? And when we get one to the upside, boom, and to the downside, that's Bitcoin, period. That's why we trade Bitcoin. Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody wants that heat. We want it. That's what we're after. We're Bitcoin Spike. That's what's cool. Guys, what's up? That's awesome, huh? You'll meet all kinds of people. Let me see what I got here. Page is having a problem. That is not good. Let me see what I got. The page is having a problem. Let me see what we have. If we are still live, Stream Labs, allow. What just happened? Let me see if I'm still going. I just had a big, what was this? A big Bitcoin fallout. Let me see if Streamlabs is